the next tool I'm going to show you is something is what we call multi-cut. This used to be called split polygon tool, I think, if I remember correctly. And as you can see here, we've actually got an end on 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, it's four-sided. I do apologise, I can't count. But it doesn't look right. It looks like there's supposed to be a line there. So we can actually draw that in ourselves. So if we go to Mesh Tools and go Multi-Cut, it gives us a tool, and we select this vertice, select that vertice, and hit Enter. And there you go, you've drawn yourself a line. So we can do that for a lot of stuff. A lot of fixing can be done that way. As you can see here. We could do it there. Don't know why we'd do it there, but it's there. So we can fix a lot of stuff by doing that. And if I just quickly press Q to cancel, remember, come over to this side, we want symmetry. It's the best way to do things in 3D modeling. And if you press in the wrong place, you can actually just press it again. Now, there's something wrong here. It's not letting me do it. So what we can do is delete that face and extrude. Okay. And then what we do is we grab these vertices. Okay. Yep. And then merge the vertices. Now, we've got a small problem there. Try that again. There you go. That's kind of fixed it. So if you look at the geometry now, it's symmetrical. Okay, and that's what we want to do. I'm just going to add this to this layer here. The reason for that is because we get that black outline. Okay, so that's the multi-cut tool, insert edge loops, append, and now we could extract a face if we wanted to, so any face can be extracted from this mesh, and that's the way we do it is if we select the face and then go to where are you? Yeah, here we go. Edit mesh, extract. Now what that's done is it's now extracted. I'm just going to freeze and delete the history a minute. That's extracted that face. So we could do that for anything, because as before, when we select all the faces now, making sure, I'm just going to press Control D a minute, it selects the whole thing, which is, we may have made a mistake. We may want to make this like front bit a lot fancier. So what we can do is, because if it was just two combined, we could just go mesh, separate. So for example, if I grab this box and another box and just combine them, obviously they're combined now, but we can just go mesh, separate, and it will separate them back out. The problem we have with this now is that it's one combined mesh with merged verts, so we can't do that. So for example, if I wanted just to separate the front out, we can do by just going, selecting all the front faces. So best way to do that is double click on it so you select all of them. And if you press Control, you can deselect those back faces. And if we go Edit Mesh, Extract, and just remember to center the pivot so we can move it. And you can see now that we've got this separated. And we could edit this more to be more in line with the mesh we've seen in our reference. Okay, it's all combined back together. Okay, there is a couple more tools that you can use. I'm just going to hide this a minute. There's something called booleans. Now I don't really use these because it requires a lot of cleanup, but I'll just show you what they do. So for example, if you wanted to say create an intersection, something like that, we could do by going mesh, boolean, difference. Okay, again we would then need to clean this up. So use the multi-cut tool. I'm holding V to snap the verts, so they're in line with each other. And then hold J to snap that in. So that was difference. Now we could do union. So if we select that and go union, it's now connected. And if we were to delete this, if we were to select this and try and just delete it, you can see that it's now actually made the geometry for it, but we'd still need to clean it up here, here, here as well. Final one, what we could use is, I always forget this one because I never really use it, is intersection. So okay, doesn't work. I know I can never get some of these to work, so that I don't use them, and it requires a lot of cleanup. Where I could easily do this quite quickly using the insert edge loop tool and that sort of stuff. Okay, I'm just going to delete that. Okay, is there any other more that I use personally to do stuff? Soften edges, and I'll show that example actually with a cylinder. So let's just hide these meshes and let's just create a cylinder. Now earlier on I said about you probably don't want to keep this at 20 sides on this on the subdivision. So if we say 16, or actually let's say 12. This might be pushing it a bit. But what we can do is we can actually soften these normals. So at the moment, see that you can see each line, which is and it's not really what we want to see. We want that smooth edge. So the way we do that is if we grab the edges, okay, we can go mesh display, soften edge. Now we've got a lot softer the edges, okay. So it's a way to trick the player that there is a soft edge there, but really it's very flat, and it's called softening the normals. If you ever come into a lot of difficulty, if you select all the vertices and go mesh display, unlock normals, and then you can go select the edges, and you can do harden up the edges as well. So not everything has soft edges. There's normally a hard edge to support the soft edge, okay? So, mesh display. And if it ever locks up, just go vertices, mesh display, unlock normals, and that will kind of like knock your original history out. There you go. Well, in the next set of videos, we're going to look at optimization for game-ready meshes. So we're going to look at the cleanup. We've already covered merging verts in the last couple of videos, and we've already mentioned about deleting history and freezing transformations, but we'll also look at export settings as well. So see you in the next video.